Hi, I'm James, and I'm just another guy recovering from addiction. This is my podcast, Mondays and Thursdays at 9 p.m. Eastern Time, and tonight we're going to talk about how cognitive distortions affect addiction recovery. So please join me, please. While you guys do join me in the chat box, if you're new here, know that you can chat and basically join the discussion. Hey, Lynn B. How's things be? Do you whiten your teeth, Lynn B? Because I can't see you guys' teeth. I've met a couple of. Hey, it's Ingy and Mind's Eye. Cognitive distortions. Anybody know what they are? I'm sure I'm having cognitive distortions right now. Let's read what our new Lord and Savior AI says that cognitive distortions are. Cognitive distortions, or thinking errors, are common in addiction and can significantly impact recovery. These distortions involve irrational or exaggerated thoughts and beliefs that can fuel addictive behaviors and make recovery more challenging. Identifying and challenging these distortions through therapy, such as cognitive behavioral therapy, CBT, is crucial for successful recovery. Smart recovery is centered around CBT. Those of you who may have been to treatment before, what's up, stank on ya? It's good to see you again. Mike Tucker, always good to see you. Hard, tired, work, hard, work, hard. And Lynn B, things are actually great on Lynn B's end. Got on a catering delivery app and did my first order today. Nice. A catering, so you're delivering catered. You're catering to the delivery service industry. Good for you, Linby. Working, being productive in one way or another is essential for my recovery. I know that. But my cognitive distortions, as they were, as they, if you will, mess with my growth and recovery. See, I already know what it's going to be about. I already know. You know what I mean? But, ooh, $98 for an hour and a half of work. Ooh-wee. That's, I don't know, I'm going to say $60 an hour. $63 an hour, $64 an hour. That's my mathematical guess. Let's read on. What is, what are, what it is, cognitive distortions. Cognitive distortions are faulty or inaccurate thinking patterns that can lead to negative emotions, self-defeating behaviors, and difficulty in recovery. Examples include all or nothing thinking, seeing things as absolute black and white without acknowledging shades of gray. All or nothing thinking. Now, we're a bunch of low life addicts and alcoholics, aren't we? All in here? Does anybody else relate to that? All or nothing thinking? I'll tell you right now, my house is not very clean because I don't have floors in the. I'm either going to renovate my house like they do on Pinterest or just not clean it. That's all or nothing thinking. That's an example from my life. Um, I'm not going to clean my house until I renovate it and it's on Pinterest, steezy. If it's not perfect, I'm just going to be homeless. That's all or nothing thinking. All or nothing thinking in the alcoholics world translates into drinking. I'm just going to have 67 beers instead of none. Oh my God, it's ridiculous how true that is. uh, I mean, how many times do you hear alcoholic or addict say, don't even give me one beer, don't even give me one bourbon. It's just going to piss me off. I hear people say that all the time. Have you ever tried controlled drinking as an alcoholic? I know I have. In the big book of Alcoholics Anonymous, which is the Bible for an alcoholic. No, the big book is not the biggest book for all of you Bibble thumpers out there, talking right at you, Mike Tucker. But yeah, but guys in the room of AA say the bigger book, talking about the Bible. Anyway, it says the alcoholic cannot control and enjoy his or her drinking. When we try to control it, we're not enjoying it. When we enjoy it, we're not controlling it. Do you know what I'm saying, Mike Tucker? How expensive everything is. Oh, Mike Tucker just got old, everybody. Congratulations, Mike Tucker. You are now an old man. Mike Tucker, let's read it again. Does anyone else notice how expensive everything is? And I couldn't even afford to drink if I wanted to. Is that how you sound now, Mike Tucker? I'm just kidding. Listen, I'm silly. Let's read on about, if you're wondering why I'm so silly, it's because the promises of recovery are coming true as long as I stick close to recovery. Bing, bang, booms. There's some truth in the rooms. Another example of cognitive distortion is overgeneralization. This is drawing broad conclusions based on a single event or experience. Translated in the alcoholics world, have you ever heard somebody say, I went to an AA meeting, AA's bullshit? Well, there's hundreds of thousands of AA meetings and they're all different. When someone goes to an AA meeting and comes back and says AA is bullshit, a more accurate statement would be that AA meeting was bullshit. Let's try another one. That's in the alcoholics world. In my day-to-day life, overgeneralization would be like, nobody's hiring. You know what I mean? Which I don't practice. I mean, I don't think I'm too guilty of it in that aspect. What up, Soberino teddy bear? But you could be like, yeah, I'm looking for a job. Nobody's hiring. Overgeneralization. Or everybody in AA is brainwashed. Or all everybody in AA does all the time is complain. False. It's literally first of all, it's impossible for everyone to complain all the time in AA. So a generalization like that, but it is suggested that an addict's brain, such as my own, is faulty with these cognitive distortions. The first one we went over, what up, Jaber? First one we went over was all or nothing thinking. You know what I mean? I'm either going to renovate my house or I'm just never going to clean it. I can't just clean and make it look nice. I got to make it look Pinterest nice with like a construction team and shit. Or else I'm just not going to clean it. And yes, I clean my house, but it could be cleaner. The second one, cognitive distortion affecting addiction, overgeneralization, drawing broad conclusions based on a single event or experience. The third one, mental filtering. This is focusing solely on negative aspects while ignoring positive ones. In the alcoholics world, you can walk into an AA meeting and be like, man, shit, all these senior citizens in here. Can't even believe I came to this meeting. Can't even vape in here. Who's going to watch my dog while I come to these meetings? Man, this guy is going to talk again. He's going to talk about his ex-wife and how she left him 15 years ago. Man, this is bullshit. So that's negative thinking. Of course, there's going to be negative things about every experience, including recovery scenarios like AA meetings. But mental filtering, since the disease of addiction, alcoholism and addiction is the same, since it is a disease of the mind, part of the symptoms are mental filtering, just negative everything. We can't get anywhere if we're just negative obstacle after negative obstacle after negative obstacle. And it's a form of self-defeat, and it's a form of disrespect for yourself. But we're all guilty of it because we have a disease of a mind, of the mind. Yeah, I have you ever wonder why you never see any of the rest of my house? Because basically the only part that's aesthetically pleasing is the one you see right now. And that's not true. I have a ship. I have a lovely ship uh, for my. Oh, I gotta call my friends. They moved to Portugal and I forgot to call them. It's true. It's true. But that's neither here nor there. They're outside. I insisted on a fenced-in backyard because dogs need to be outside. Um, a lot of the time. Thank you. There is one fish in there, Jaber, um, and about 50 to 100 snails. The fish that's in there currently belongs to, well, it belongs to me now, but a young lady that worked at the post office said, James, I understand you have an aquarium and you are a master botanist and aquascapist. I understand you're good with your hands, James. This girl at the post office said she had a fish and she said, I understand things that are at rest and lethargic. I understand you wake them up and you give life to them. James, this is what I heard about you. This was just some girl at the post office. She's like, I got a fish that's dying. Will you take him? And I'm like, yeah, yeah, baby, yeah, you know what I mean. So I put that fish in there, and then I can't find my other fish. So now it's just her fish. What's up, Paul takes a hike? Yeah. So now I got somebody else's fish, and yeah, this tracheotomy scar. I'm not hiding it, but yeah, yeah, I hide it. I don't want to freak people out, bro. Paul, what do you got? A medallion? Yeah, used fish. Well, she said the fish was in a bad way, like a bad environment. Um, but anyway, back to cognitive distortions. I'm glad you all are here. Let's get some recovery in us, and then we'll goof around, poke each other and pillow fight and shit. Fourth cognitive distortion example is discounting the positive. The first one was mental filtering, focusing on the negative, and the third one was that, and the fourth one is discounting the positive, rejecting positive experiences or accomplishments as insignificant. You go into AA, and if you've been sober for 24 hours, they're going to pat you on the back and say, good job. You're going to be like, what the fuck is wrong with these people? I stayed away from a drink for 24 hours and they tout it as an accomplishment. Well, they know more than I do at this point. I don't know that. And they are recognizing a positive, and they are combating cognitive distortions like discounting positive things that are happening. If you've been drinking for a year every day and you've had 24 hours, if you've been drinking for a month every day and you have 24 hours, If you can't seem to put drinking and or your drug of choice, alcohol, drug of choice, dangerous drug to you, addictive substance, if you can't put it down and you go 24 hours and you're now in an AA meeting, we will recognize the positive. Welcome, you're in the right place. Good job. Thank God you haven't drank in 24 hours. Keep coming back. You're going to want to recognize the positive experiences in there, which is hard when you're just coming out of the gutter. Your addiction is going to tell you everything that's lame about it. It's going to tell you all the things about all the people that all your fears are going to just grow claws and start tearing everybody to shreds. And it will tear AA to shreds. And the next thing you know, you'll never want to go back. In AA, people that have made it, that passed to where you are now, will say, keep coming back. Here's my number. And recognize the positive, because discounting the positive is a cognitive distortion that affects addiction recovery. The next cognitive distortion example, jumping to conclusions, making assumptions without sufficient evidence. I could be like, man, I'm never going to stop drinking. There's a wedding 4 months from now. What am I going to do? I'm going to drink then, so I might as well drink now. No, I can't go to I can't go to inpatient rehab. They're all bums that live under bridges, and I still have a job. Or jumping to conclusions. You know the deal. Making assumptions without sufficient evidence, like people either go to heaven or they go to hell after we die. Well, I could say that there's absolutely no evidence to what happens after death. There's circumstantial evidence. The next cognitive distortion of the mind that affects mental health but also affects addiction recovery is magnification and minimization. Exaggerating the importance of negative events and minimizing positive ones. So basically, your addiction is going to, in your mind, in your own voice, exaggerate the importance of all the bullshit that goes on in AA and none of the stuff that will save you. None of the evidence to the contrary. There's a bunch of sober people that live healthy lives. Here's how they did it. That's AA. So these cognitive distortions can just take us for rides. And they do me all the time. You know what I mean? That's what she said. They do me all the time. They do me all the time. They take me for rides all the time. That's what she said. Stank on them. Let me see what y'all are talking about. Lynn B. My first 24 hours without a drink, I was going through horrible withdrawal. Yep, I'm guilty of jumping to conclusions. Everybody loses 21 grams upon death. Every human, that is. 21 grams is the weight of the soul. What? Wait a second. What? I mean, hold up. Physically, it has been proven. You're saying, Jaber. See, what had happened was, what you're saying, Jaber, is that we have measured humans after they die, and consistently everyone loses 21 grams. I call bullshit, because you know what else we lose when we die? Our pee and poop. So how is that an accurate measurement if everyone loses weight when we die, when we defecate and urinate? Bro, I don't have to look it up, because when we die, we defecate and urinate. So how would one measure 21 grams difference when all that is being exchanged. Bing, bang, boom. Disproved your shit in the room. Sorry, Jaber. My thing makes more sense than your thing. Stank on ya. Pooped out of. Jaber, I think you owe me a super chat because I just totally dominated you intellectually. Super chat it up, by the way. By the way, you guys can like give me money in this whole YouTube thing. I just thought I'd, bring that up out of nowhere. No, actually, I don't want money. I got a job. I got a job that I love, to be honest. I got a job that I love. Well, bro, man. Man, bro, dude. Dude, man, bro. Skimbley bims. All right, let's get through this cognitive distortion stuff. Basically, there's stuff wrong with our minds. Some of us have it, and we're addicts, and it affects our addiction most definitely. Um, the last one that they give an example is personalization. This is taking excessive personal responsibility for events that are not entirely within one's control. You know what I mean? Like you and your bae, you and your sexy bae are leaving for work. You guys commute together because you drop him or her off, and you guys are leaving in the morning. And bae is like, shooting Instagram shots of her, food or whatever, because I cooked it for her, and she is so proud that her bae cooked her bananas Fosters, banana Foster. I cooked my bae for banana Foster, and she's taking pictures of the banana. So we're late. Then me and bae get into a traffic jam, and I'm like, you see, this is your fault because you were taking all those pictures of the banana Foster that I made for you. Taking excessive personal responsibility for events that are not entirely within one. So you start blaming yourself, or you start saying, why did all these traffic jams happen to me? Taking everything personal. It is prevalent in the rooms of recovering alcoholics. The brain does trick you into relapse. Yeah, these are cognitive distortions. Cognitive distortions. It's a good point, Paul. Cognitive distortions is your mind playing tricks on you, like the Ghetto Boys. Boing, 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 boing. This year Halloween fell on a weekend. Me and Ghetto Boys is trick or treating, robbing little kids for bags until that old man got behind our ass. So we beat it up the pace and took a look back, and he was right before our face. We was in for a scrapping, no doubt. So I swung, trying to take him out. My mind's playing tricks on me. Boom, 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 boom. You know what I'm saying? Boom, 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 boom. Mind's playing tricks on you. Cognitive distortions. Next thing you know, you relapse. It's cunning, baffling, and powerful. The mind is still the most complicated thing in the universe, apparently. I don't know. I learned that like years ago. And now everything on Instagram is brand spanking new, which is why I don't have Instagram anymore. It's too extracting. My fault for being at the wrong place at the wrong time. Yo, Lynn, check it out. This world is God's world. God's will be done. It wasn't your fault. Know what I mean? God's will be done. I've heard nothing in God's world happens by mistake. Absolutely nothing. Now, you're not looking at a Bible thumper. You're not looking at somebody that, well, you're looking at a person that stopped arguing why there is no God and just gave my will and my life over to the care of God as I understood it anyway. So, God's will be done. It appears that everything in my life, and if you know me or you know this channel, you know it's been kind of rough. Comas, crashes, jails, institution, death. None of that right now in this current moment. I don't know if I'd take it back. I just got this new job working in addiction recovery. It's cake. I don't feel like I'm working a minute. I haven't felt like I'm working once. I've been there for 2 weeks. I haven't felt like I'm working. I just feel like I'm doing what I usually do every day when I'm like, you know, either unemployed or trying to make a YouTube channel or trying to be this and trying to be that. This job, I don't have to try at all. I just get dressed and go live recovery. And God's plan, Drake, you know what I mean? I would play it, but I can't, Skimbledy Gems. So the cognitive distortions, do you guys relate with these cognitive distortions? I'll run them down. All or nothing thinking, overgeneralization, mental filtering, which is focusing on negative aspects, discounting the positive, jumping to conclusions, magnification and minimization, and personalization. Basically, it's your addiction doing what it wants with your perception of reality to make you drink. In a nutshell, it's your mind, which a disease of the mind, addiction and alcoholism has been referred to. It's your mind, your addiction doing what it needs to with your mind to bring on that devastating, pitiful, demoralizing bottom of the barrel, face plant in the gutter. 100 forms of self-centered fear, right? And, it's dangerous. Cognitive distortions can make for a very dark life. Before you know it, they're all working together. And this is a progressive illness. Alcoholism, addiction is a progressive illness. If not treated with I Choose the 12 Steps program of AA, if not treated with the principles of AA, this alcoholic becomes sick, agitated, restless, irritable, discontent, angry, and I start craving instant gratification and substances, nicotine, booze. I start wanting to feel better. That is the disease. The cognitive distortions is a huge part of the disease of alcoholism. As we're finding out on this Sober James Addiction Recovery live stream podcast, Mondays and Thursdays at 9 p.m. Eastern Time, subscribe and hit the bell. And if you'd like to join the cause, support the channel, hit that join button in the chat or the description box below. Ain't no cognitive distortions about that. So, yeah, basically cognitive distortions, how they impact addiction. This says addictive behaviors can be fueled by cognitive distortions. For example, someone might believe they need a drink to cope with stress, which can lead to alcoholism. In recovery, distorted thinking can also hinder progress. For instance, a person might catastrophize a slip-up, leading to feelings of guilt and hopelessness, and potentially causing them to relapse again. Overcoming cognitive distortions, cognitive behavioral therapy, or CBT, can help individuals identify and challenge their distorted thought patterns. CBT techniques such as cognitive restructuring and mood therapy. It can help individuals replace negative and unrealistic thoughts with more balanced and realistic ones. By recognizing and taming cognitive biases, individuals can regain control over their thoughts and behaviors, promoting long-term recovery. Examples of all or nothing thinking. I'll never be able to stay sober. Okay, that's also an overgeneralization. Here's an example of overgeneralization. One slip up means I'm a failure. Here's one example of personalization. I'm the only one who cares about my addiction. Me, 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 me. All or nothing thinking. I'm worthless without drugs and alcohol. Catastrophizing. Catastrophizing. I'm going to go back to using. These are bad examples. AI, you're stupid. And that was the last we saw James. After he called AI stupid, no one ever saw sober James again. Lynn B, that was me about a month ago. I felt like everything was going wrong and I was so tempted to drink again. You just overgeneralized. You said everything. That was also suppressing the positive and amplifying the negative. So these are cognitive distortions. Everything can't go wrong, Lynn B. That's physically impossible. And you could go deeper down that rabbit hole. What is wrong? If the earth imploded, would that be everything going wrong? Or is there some benefit in the overall universe that needed to implode Earth? Is it bad? Is it good? I don't know, man. I wish you would. Yeah, that's what I mean, Lynn. And then that feeling, that's how cognitive behavioral therapy works. You get that thought that everything's gone to shit. You get that feeling because everything's gone to shit, and you have to deal with that feeling with the behavior of drinking. Thought, emotion, behavior. Cognitive behavioral therapy says you will have these thoughts. Everything's going to shit. The emotion is now the only thing in your control. The thought is random. The emotion you attach to it is in your control. This comes through practice. Just because we now know that doesn't mean we can now live a happy and healthy life. It takes practice, reforming, restructuring neural pathways in your brain, all that sciencey shit. Just watch Rick and Morty, you know what I mean? Which I haven't done yet. I'm very ashamed to admit. I like to watch things 10 to 20 years after they are trending. I don't know why. Maybe it's because I'm Polish. And we do everything backwards. Allegedly. Okay? Yeah. Overgeneralization, guilty. I'm guilty of all those. All those ones that we just read. I'm not guilty because I didn't do anything wrong. Those were conditions of my mind. Some could call it just plain alcoholism. Psychologists will no doubt pick that apart and make subcategories and all that. But really, it can be said like this: my mind's playing tricks on me. Boom, 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 boom. I make big money. I drive big cars. Everybody know me. It's like I'm a movie star, but late at night, something ain't right. It feels like I'm being tailed by the same sucker's headlights. Maybe it's that fool that I ran down the block. Maybe it's that dude's mama last night that I shot. Maybe it's the dude I ran for $500,000. Maybe it's your mama. My mind's playing tricks on me. Boom, 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 psh, 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 boom, 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 psh, boom, boom. This year Halloween fell on a weekend. Me and ghetto boys is trick-or-treating, robbing little kids for bags, till that old man got behind our ass. So we speeded up the pace. I took a look back, and he was right before my face. We was in for a scrubbing, no doubt, so I took a swing, hit the sucker in his mouth. Oh, Halloween. Well, this year fell on a weekend, bro. Me and the ghetto boys was trick-or-treating. We was robbing little kids for bags until that old man got behind our ass. So we speeded up the pace, and we took a look back, and he was right before our face. We was in for a scrubbing, no doubt. So I swung and hit him in his mouth. I can't say the rest because it involves racial slurs or, the N-bomb, which I can't say. I don't have that. My ancestors took that privilege away from me by inventing the word. My asshole-ish East European white men. I'm not proud to be one. I strive to be better than my dumbass ancestors. Let me just put it like that. And I think I speak for a lot of us modern uh, white men when I say I wish the past was different, and I wish we didn't make such big fools of ourselves and such stupidity. And I'm sorry. Native Americans, blacks, everybody, the animal kingdom, the buffalo. I'm on behalf of my white ancestors and me. I'm sorry, world. I'm sorry. I can't think my way into better thinking, but I have to learn my way into better thinking. I struggle with that. So check it out, Static. I love this saying. I can't think my way into better living. I have to live my way into better thinking. This is a saying that illustrates the importance of action. And the disease is in our mind, and we just want to go round and round like a rabbit, like a hamster wheel, thinking about the problem, the solution, think this, think that. All my thinking is God. Think, think, think. I can't think my way into good living. AA teaches us, recovery teaches us, I have to do the actions. Bring your ass and your mind will follow. You can live your way into good thinking. This illustrates a program of action, Stank. That's it. I told you, it's a gift. It's a gift God gave to me to explain recovery. It's a gift. And thank you all for being here to witness it. I can't be happier with my gift of being able to explain these things. But yeah, you can't just think your way sober. You have to act your way. You have to live your way. You got to bring your ass, your mind will follow. And that's what I do with AA meetings when I absolutely don't want to go. When my alcoholism has told me all day all of the reasons why I'm not going to that meeting. Fears, insecurities, stank on it is basically what it is. My alcoholism is throwing stank, throwing shade on the AA program. And it's trying to keep alcoholism is trying to keep me out of AA one day at a time. I have to keep my ass in that seat one day at a time, and my mind will follow if it's not already there. If alcoholism already has my mind all wrapped up, and I'm restless, irritable, and discontent, and I'm angry, and I'm just in the disease of my alcoholism, I have to get my ass to a meeting one day at a time. My alcoholism is trying to kill me one day at a time. I am successfully, all you got to do is go to AA. Any alcoholic out there, AA. Any drug addict out there, AA. If you want to get over cigarettes, go to AA. But they do have Nicotine Anonymous. Uh, but they also have, if you want to get over narcotics, if you want to get over narcotics, you go to NA, but AA will work too. It's the same 12 steps. But whatever, man. Shit. I can't think my way into good living. I have to live my way into good thinking. That's what that is. Move a muscle, change a thought. And I can tell you it's completely legit. It's completely legit. That is absolutely 100% true. But I will also tell you, I am a sick alcoholic. Some days worse than others. Doesn't mean I'm drinking. Drinking is but a symptom, but I get sick with these alcoholic cognitive distortions. I get sick. I will have convinced myself I'm the bottom of the barrel scum of the earth. Or I would have convinced myself I'm like the greatest man on earth. Like I must be the smartest person on earth over here. And then the next minute I'll be like, damn, I'm such a loser. I'm a stupid. Man, am I stupid. And these are overgeneralizations. These are suppressing positive, or you can the disease will manipulate and it'll have you thinking all positives about drinking. Actually, it doesn't do that anymore. It can't. It is too treated. There's nothing really that convinced me that alcohol is good. Nothing. It has its benefits, but they are slight when weighed against its liabilities. What's up, Karmas? Music is a major trigger of making my mind wrestle with itself. I guess I'm a political junkie, reformed bigot. Struggle with people not seeing progress. Progress, not perfection. I can relate to music taking me places too. Music can be a trigger for me too, maybe because it's partially nostalgic, but it's also it's emotional. It moves me. Music moves me. Music can make me, it puts me in the mood. Depending on what that mood is whether it's positive or negative. Um, Slow lo-fi hip hop, like breathy female singer and like trip hop beats and shit. That gets me in that mood. Uh, Certain hip hop and 90s rap will put me in the mood to just fuck everybody, fuck everything, and rebel and drink. Certain techno can, unfortunately, because I love it, can put me in a mood to experiment with getting fucked up and going to an EDM party or something. Um, Jazz can relax me. Lo-fi hip hop relaxes me. Lo-fi. Um, so I can relate to that, Karma. But that goes without being said these days. Disgusted with politics. That just goes without being said. Then everybody's now asking themselves, how am I going to get out of the country? Oh, I got to call my buddies moving to Portugal. I got to do that. I'm going to do that. Talk amongst yourselves. I'm going to throw a text out real quick. Okay, I did it. If I don't do stuff right away, my ADHD will just wash it away until the next time I think about it. It's hard to find the fine line between caring about the world's problems while dealing with our own issues. God's will be done. The world is the world. God's will be done. I am very sensitive to how dogs are treated. I treat mine like dogs should be treated. The diet, the exercise, all of it. I'm not perfect, but I make a more, more of an effort to learn about the canines and cater to their needs because we basically invented them and then we treat them like shit. So I try to treat them well. But to ignore the way the world's dogs are being treated, that's hard for me. But with the program of AA, I learned God's will be done. Uh, do what's in my control and don't dedicate any mental energy to what I cannot control, which is the state of the world's dogs. This is just an example. Uh, yeah. So that's what AA is. Hand your will and your life over to the care of. Make a decision. It's not that you have to successfully hand your will and your life over to the care of God as you understand Him. It's that you make a decision to do that. It's in the decision to do that that the miracle happens. You make the decision to turn your will. I can't control politics. I can't control Somalia. I can't control Ukraine. I don't know anything about it. I can barely control my laundry. Then you say, all right, I'll control my laundry. I won't control Ukraine. I'll control my laundry. Pushing my morals on people. We all have different beliefs and we can't assume people are like-minded. True. All opinions. And opinions really are just so light and temporary and objective and numerous and tainted and or not even tainted, they're just unique. Acrivia on an alcohol bender, ready for rehab in South Dakota. Yeah, rehab, three hots in a cot, bro. I feel for you. So hard when going through addiction. True that. I've been there at Caribbean. I've been homeless. I chose to drink out in the New York winter because they were giving breathalyzers at the shelter, the homeless shelter, which is a hotbed for all kinds of stuff anyway. So I didn't want to stay there, but I was literally in the snow drinking because I would rather be because my alcoholism had me drinking uh, instead of seeking shelter. That's addiction. So I've been homeless. I've been homeless in Florida. I've been homeless in New York mostly. Uh, not for too long, but for a good while. Months, 10 months, maybe more, probably more. There were times I went to detox because I was homeless. 7 days in detox, better than 7 days in the snow. There were times I went to college because I was homeless. I had a post 9/11 GI Bill grant money from being a veteran, and I used that to go to college and drink at the Art Institute in Fort Lauderdale. Drinking rum out of coconuts. Didn't stay in college for more than 3 months. Then I spent 2 weeks in Miami-Dade County Jail, and then when I got out, I was homeless. Um, it takes everything. You put anything you put before your addiction, you will lose. So if you put trying to get a home before trying to get sober, you're going to lose your home. That's what happened to me. And nobody wants to take in anymore. Nobody wanted to take me in. I was a liability. I was dangerous when I was drunk. I was unpredictable. Well, my family didn't trust me. As Hunter S. Thompson says, you can turn your back on a man, but don't ever turn your back on a drug. And that's why no one will trust you when you're on a run like that. At Caribbean, I'm 44. I was probably homeless when I was 32. Uh, well, it was around 2009, 2010. Right. You have to put recovery on a daily basis, one day at a time. Practice the principles in all of our affairs. That's why I go to AA. I can't do it on myself. I need the folks of AA, the fellow peoples, you guys, I can't do it on myself. We cannot do it on ourselves. Recovery is a we program, which is why AA exists, which is why this live stream exists. It's a we thing. I get drunk, we get sober. But I feel for you, Akrivia. I would go to AA, bro. Is it bro or chica? What it is? Um, I'm gonna call my peoples are moving to. I got some friends that are moving to Portugal. An older couple. They're from Long Island. They're so sweet, so awesome. They're like me mom and me dad now. They're moving to Portugal, and I gotta call them and figure out if they are leaving. I think it's in the next couple days. Eckhart Tolle. Yeah, that does help mind's eye. I love Eckhart. Good, Linby. I'm glad it helps. And Akrivia, I do this Monday and Thursday at 9 p.m. Eastern Time. I recommend just run to an AA meeting. If you have a phone, which it looks like you do, download the meeting guide app. It'll show you where there's meetings, when, and how to get there. It'll get you a hotline. Akrivia, if you are where I was, desperate, then just throw yourselves at the throw yourself into AA and tell somebody, hey, yeah, I've been there, bro. Um, been in the woods, been in my car, been in my best friend's backyard who was now a cop, and then I woke up and I was being arrested, but not by him. He was actually off duty and he was sleeping, but somehow they found me because my cell phone or something like that. Uh, I've slept. I've gotten arrested for trying to get back into my mom's house to get some clothes and shit, whatever. It gets dark. I never realized what homelessness actually meant until I became homeless. You literally don't have a place to go. And I didn't know what that actually meant until I felt it. The feeling of not having a place to go is an entirely different feeling than I've ever felt in my life. You don't have a place to go. You know how you always pretty much just go home? From work, you go home. From a party, you go home. If you get out of jail, you go home. Well, you don't have a home. So you're just standing there. You don't have a place to go. It's the oddest, most surreal feeling in the world, and it's so uncomfortable. And you just don't have a place to go. There's no direction that you can walk that is you're going to get home. You just don't have a home. It is a bad feeling, and my heart goes out to you, Akrivia. I am here every Monday and Thursday at 9 p.m. And most of these people are too. And I will tell you, bro, AA.org, AA.org. If you follow through with my suggestion of AA, you will slowly but surely get the help you need. And there's people that'll be like, all right, you're homeless. I've been there. How long has it been since you drank? Okay, you're still drinking. All right, well, let's get you detoxed. Here's how we do it. That's the power of AA. Oh, you don't have any money to get detoxed? Well, I know of a non-profit detox here, blah, 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 my cousin this. You know what I mean? So, Akrivia, get to AA. You can look it up on the right now, AA.org. You can look up meetings near you. You can go to one. You can at least be warm for an hour. And AA folk help alcoholics. We alcoholics help alcoholics. AA, bro. You were talking about treatment. Some people say treatment is $30,000 for an AA Big Book, which is free if you go to an AA meeting right now near you and say, I'm homeless, I'm at the end of my rope, I want to stop, I need to stop drinking. It is, and cognitive distortions don't help. Friends, viewers, loved ones, lovers. It's been a good stream. Thank you for helping me stay sober today. At Caribbean, get that ass to AA. Your mind will follow. Bring the ass, the mind will come. Lynn B, you got a big book? Read it. Know what I mean? Read the doctor's opinion. It's 3 or 4 pages in the beginning. Or read whatever you want, but read it. And for the rest of you, thank you for, like I said, thanks for being here. And y'all have yourself a good night. I'll see you Thursday at 9 p.m. Eastern Time. Until then, keep it clean, keep it real, and keep doing the damn thing. Peace.